tell you something. Think about Earth. Okay, enough clues. All right, let's switch gears here, as you said, pun intended, yes. And let's introduce someone who can tell us about why drag is not good. So far, we've been talking about how drag was really good to use on Mars. And Jill, thank you for all that great information. I'm glad you're going to stick around with us here. So let's now welcome in 6-time NASCAR Sprint Cup champion, driver of the 48 Lowe's Chevrolet for Hendrick Motorsports, Jimmie Johnson. Jimmie, are you connected with us?
I think so. How are you?
Yeah, there you are. Hello, Jimmie. Good to see you. Thank you for welcoming us in and for joining the Hangout.
Yeah, thank you for having me on. This is exciting stuff. Been a big fan of NASA my whole life. I'm sure like most boys and girls out there, and to have this association is really, really cool.
Well, great. Thank you. We agree. We think the same thing, too, because you're kind of the master of aerodynamics on the 48 team there, so we're anxious to learn a little more about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to introduce you to Jill Prince. I don't know how much you've been able to hear what's going on, but Jill, meet Jimmie. Jimmie,
nice to meet
you.
Yes.
Yeah. And Jill is an expert in entry, descent, and landing, so moving through an atmosphere. And we could kind of say the same about you, Jimmie. You're an expert at moving through an atmosphere. Sure. And one of the things that Jill's been talking about is how when the parachute opens, air fills up under that parachute and actually creates a little bit of lift.
That's right.
So I'm wondering, Jimmie, if you've ever felt that in the car. Has there ever been a time when air got under there and created a little bit of lift in the car?
Yeah, that's something we work really hard to prevent from happening. You know, when you look at the race cars of today's era, especially the NASCAR vehicles, and the leading edge of the splitter or the front of our race car, work very hard to keep that as low to the ground as possible and try to maintain that ride, that attitude of the nose through the corner and over the transitions and bumps and stuff around the racetrack. And anytime the nose comes up off the ground and we get air under the vehicle, it creates lift, takes the car offline, especially through a turn, and slows us down. So it's something we work really hard to keep the aero platform in the car and the leading edge at the splitter and the nose of the car sealed off to the ground.
Mm-hmm.